introduce the company and who we all are in the video. Ask a few questions about the company, what is competitive edge,
I'm Adam D'Angelo, Director of Niche Construction Management.
Could you briefly describe your company?
Niche Construction Management is a commercial building company that specialises in office, retail and hospitality interior fit-out projects. We've been operating for about 4 years now. From humble beginnings, I started this business with a business partner that I actually met in uni, and he was a good friend of mine in uni. Probably 3 years down the track we decided to split ways, and I pushed niche forward as a sole director, so my position and role in the company is director.
Where is your business placed within the construction industry?
In terms of business placement, Niche's niche is commercial interiors only, so we don't do residential projects, we don't do high-rise construction, we only do commercial interiors, and that's where our business is placed. So the shop fit-outs, the office interior fit-outs, restaurants, hospitality, and we do a lot of work for the government, doing school refurbishments and school projects.
What's your company's most important competitive edge in the business?
At this stage, I've actually just recently put forward a few ideas for the company. In terms of niche's niche, I don't think it's enough of a niche. So at the moment, I'm going through a rebranding stage just to do medical and office projects. So niche probably in the next 6 months' time will drop any other projects, any retail projects and hospitality projects, and we're probably just going to stick to 2 facets of the industry. I think it's really important to specialise in something. The companies that do specialise are able to hit their niche market, and I guess as specialists they're a bit more trusted in that industry. So if I specialise in medical and office, I'll probably be more highly regarded to my clients as being someone competent enough to do that kind of work.
So could you briefly describe what is the supply and stocking system in the company?
My company doesn't have so much as a stock and inventory. We buy products and materials on a project basis. We'd probably say that we do own probably about 20 grand worth of equipment, and that equipment, we have an inventory list of that equipment, and each item's tagged, and there's a number on each asset to identify it. And identify its value, if it's lost, or if it needs a service or a test and tag, for instance. But in terms of stock, we do buy all of our materials and stock on a project basis.
How are all your company's activities monitored, and how is your net profit being measured?
Our company's accounting system keeps track of the business. When we enter projects, we enter into MYOB, a job title, and then all the costs of the project are entered under that job name, any expenses, and also labour and my management costs of the business are added to that project as well. Come financial year, MYOB is pretty good at printing reports alongside with my accountant, who will work out the profit and loss statement. Every cost of a project we categorise into account codes, an overview of where we're spending the money during the year. We can print out a report and say we've spent $500,000 on glass this year, or we've spent $250,000 on partitions and doors, and that just helps us, I guess, gauge how much money we're spending in each facet of the business, and maybe look at saving on costs later in the future. Say, well, maybe we could cut that $500,000 down to $450,000 if we choose more economic subcontractors, or if we think about doing things a different way. So that's how we keep track.
Are you familiar with an enterprise resource purchasing? Just a brief overview, and I think how it might help your business. So that's what we're going to briefly discuss. Probably one of its greatest advantages is the extensive use of workflows. Now, in your case, you probably wouldn't be using a lot of workflows, but if you expand in the future, it can easily expand with you, where once you get to a certain size, will As you mentioned earlier, and just in summary, it allows you to look at your market, where your money's coming in, where you're losing money, and where you can sort of improve on a lot of areas.
Could you please tell us how a system like the ERP might help your business performance?
At this stage, with our company being as small as it is, it probably wouldn't help us, but I could see it in the future when I've got 30 site managers, 20 site coordinators, and a huge office of say 20 or 30 people managing the entire process, rather than them having to keep tabs on it themselves or put it in a spreadsheet. If everyone can be accessing this system and getting the inventory that they need, and obviously it being managed the way that the ERP can manage it, it would probably be a good thing for me. But at this stage, at my level of business, probably not. It'd probably overcomplicate things.
I would just like to thank you for your time and the information you provided us.
No problem.
So how do we think it all went?
I think it went very well.
Yeah.
Good sized company, I reckon, and answered all the questions very well.
Obviously, the ERP now is not good. Obviously, the ERP now is not too good for his company. It's still small.
That's right. So he's looked at the ERP system and said, look, it is a great system. I can see the benefits of it, but where I am at the moment, I don't have enough employees and enough, inventory and stock coming through. But it's something that he wants to look at in the future, and I feel good that we've shared him that information about ERP system.